Hello, this is Jazz Asbury and I'm showing you how to make a scroll, like the one we've just seen, out of metal that is cold. Now, I've previously bent and tapered the extremities of this bar that you can see me bending now. I've done that hot. Um, that requires heat, no doubt about it, because it's actually forged and bent on a very tight scroll. But the next bit you would normally do hot as well on a former, but because I'm only doing a few of them, the time taken to make a former and heat up all the metal is greater than the amount of time it takes to knock these out. So when you're making, say, less than 10 of something, then this is a nice, quick and easy way of forming a shape such as the one you're seeing now without having to make a former. Now you can see that all I'm using is my body weight and a bending bar. One is in the vise and the other is in my hand, and I'm using that leverage to bend the bar, which is 16mm square bar, into the shape of the scroll on the anvil there. I'm starting at one end after having initially scrolled it roughly into shape and just correcting it as I go along, bending it tighter and tighter, and then eventually probably tightening and loosening to get it just right. You can see I'm about halfway now. Got to do the other half. See, I've overdone it there a little bit, so just bend it back. Looks fairly easy this, but it is quite difficult. It takes a while to get used to bending the metal in the right place. Of course, another advantage of doing it hot is that the metal stays flat as you bend it. This way, although it saves a lot of time and heat, you do get the problem of the metal not being flat, as it were. You can see when you look at this scroll that the one end is higher than the other. In order to correct that, I simply put the scroll underneath the press. You'll see in a minute. Just a bit more. You can see that I'm using 2 oak blocks underneath the metal and just a little bit of round bar on the top. This means I get hardly any marks on the steel from pressing it cold. The oak is amazingly strong. It'll take an enormous amount of force. There's the one side, and here's the other. Just there we are, bending it flat. There we are. Fantastic. There it is.